Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going out in the garden and we're going to be sowing some seeds. But first, we need to make sure that we're trying to keep some of these bugs at bay. So if you like to see what I'm sowing in the garden today, stay tuned. At this time of the year, I do all I can to keep from getting eaten alive from the mosquitoes. So I'm just going to place a few of these citronella sticks in the containers where I'll be working so that I can work somewhat comfortably without being eaten alive. I'm repeating the same process in this container here because this container also needs to be sewn up as well as harvested. Today I'm going to be sowing two types of beans. I'm only going to show you me sowing one because sowing beans is the same no matter which ones I sow. In this container, I'm going to put the burgundy beans. My cup is dirty, so excuse that, but my beans were soaking in water. That's what I'm showing you. I'm going to use my makeshift dibber and make a drill, place my seeds, and then plant them. Can you see how nice and rich my soil looks? So pretty. I start by pouring out my water, and then I begin to place my bean seeds. I'm going to take the pointy tip of my gardening tool and just make a little divot in the soil. Uh-oh, I found roly-polies. This is going to be a situation. I have to treat this pot before everything is ruined. So I'm going to be digging out these roly-polies and sending a few to the upper room. Okay, all of them. But I have got to treat this pot before I plant my seeds. Freaking roly-poly. I am taking my makeshift dibber, making a hole so that once I've done that, I can go back and place my seed in the hole. Now I can get down to business and sow these seeds. I am going to take my makeshift dibber and cover up the seeds I just planted and start this process over and over until I planted all the seeds I had in my cup. Let's speed this up. One container planted up, one more to go. But I want to show you that this is a pretty big container. This is actually an old tub that I picked up at an Asian store many years ago, and I drilled holes in the bottom. There is roughly 4 cubic feet or more of soil in this container. I've decided to place some okra in this container as well. Some of the seeds are floating. Those are probably not viable. I'll be planting those in the front of this container. So let's get planting. I'll be placing 3 varieties of okra in this container. One of them is the baby bubba, one of them is the Clemson spineless, and one of them is the burgundy okra. So I'll be placing those in this pot, starting from the front. As I mentioned, I'm placing 3 varieties of okra in this container, and this is the second variety. Again, don't ask me which one this is. I know the baby bubba went in the front because it's a short statured variety, and this is either the Clemson spineless or the burgundy because it grows taller, so it's going to go in the middle and towards the back. I'm going to plant these in the exact same manner I planted the last ones. I remove the mulch, I make a small hole, I place the seed, and then I cover it back up. That was a roly-poly. I will be treating this pot with diatomaceous earth. I will also be placing okra in the pot next to this one. This is the last variety of okra I'm going to be placing in this container. I will be placing it along the back as well as in the pot next to this pot. I have found that I do have some roly-polies, however, I will be treating those. See what I mean? Yuck. Before I water this in, I'm going to place some diatomaceous earth, some food grade diatomaceous earth, and let this sit on the soil for a couple of hours. Now that that's done, I'm going to let this rest for a few hours, kill off those bugs, and I'm going to start on this container over here and do the exact same thing I just did in the other container. The only difference is in this pot, I'm going to be placing some yellow wax beans. Here they are here. As you can see, I also soak those in water. Now this bean is a different color than the purple bean. It's white. This bean looks like a black-eyed pea or in the black-eyed pea family. It's very odd to me, but it says it's a wax bean, so I'm gonna sow it. Thank you for joining me in the garden today. You know what to do, and I'll see you in the next one.